back, ladies and gentlemen, to DuckyQuest. Thank you for joining us. As you can tell, it is still daylight out because today's pay-per-view was Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. I'm not even going to try and go with the name of the city at this point. I'll probably butcher it, and there's probably consequences for that. So, thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and roll right into it. Lots of video packages, going into the first match of the night. I was at least happy that we didn't get a promo to actually begin the show. That was at least a little bit of a nice change of direction. However, we didn't start strong with this night. First one was Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. This was the finale of the King of the Ring tournament. Why did I get Super Cody? I mean, we met my quota for RKOs from Randy Orton, which was awesome. But other than that, I had to watch Cody Rhodes pretty much be invincible this entire match. And everything is so predictable at this point. I mean, especially with any of these matches, if it has Cody Rhodes in it, he's going to win. And that's so annoying to even have to say at this point. But his record shows, because he is 15-3 for a pay-per-view record, or PLE, whatever you really want to call it. I still don't care. How is this man, this lisping beach blonde dude, I don't even have a good word that is good for YouTube at this point. How is he 15-3?
Hey, he's booked like every other face of, like you said, invincible. They don't sell anything. They don't get damaged. They don't get hurt. They sell the move for maybe 5 seconds and then they're totally fine. You have people like Randy Orton actually selling the whole match of like, oh, I'm actually getting worn out. I'm getting tired. But no, we don't have that for Super Cody.
Oh, my back actually hurts the whole time. Like, actually showing injury. Randy is such a veteran, and it sucks that he didn't win, because he deserves to go get another championship. Like, of all the people that deserves to break even John Cena's record, I would like to see Randy Orton do it. I'd like to see him be one of the greatest of all time. But this match gets 3 Night of Champions out of 5. It still begs the question, Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam? Why? Why do we need Cody and John Cena part 69?
2. Oh, it is part like 3 or 4. Yeah, I forgot about the tag match.
Yeah. Everything at this point. And I mean, even the run-ins by Cody, and I'm moving on at this point. So the next part, hey, what do you know? We got a promo. Of course we're going to have a promo. Cody Rhodes King of the Ring promo. Says that he's meant to have the title and that everyone else who has the title is just a placeholder. Yeah, that's definitely a face comment right there. I
very
love
nice things to say about people that are your friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Was this a face promo? Was this just so when we're in the ring and we're wrestling, we're a complete face. We don't do anything bad. But when it comes to promos, we can pretty much say anything we want, and it just like, oh, he's just a face. That's just what they do.
It's just what they do.
I mean, I'm trying to understand. Yeah. Like, if you're going to give me Homelander, Cody Rhodes at some point, cool. But, like, at this point, logic is just not there.
Because they teased more towards a Randy Orton heel turn, going that, like, oh, he's gonna break. He's hearing the voices. And then we still have him be the nice guy during the entire time. And then we have Cody Rhodes be the butthole, I'm going to slander your name. I'm going to say you're nothing. And you're just, a stepping stone.
And talk trash to you during the match.
Yeah.
The same thing as Jey Uso did the other night. Talking trash during the match, yet you're still the good guy. I'm not really understanding. I was really hoping, we were definitely hoping that at the end, while Cody was giving this promo, that Randy was just standing there just staring at him outside the ring on the entrance ramp. And I was just hoping that he was just going to run in, hit him with a nice solid RKO, go over my quota for the night, and really make it worth watching. But I didn't get that. I got Randy just looking mad like a mad puppy just walking away. And I don't like that kind of Randy. You guys are killing Randy Orton. I don't like it. What's the next match? I'm done with this one.
Next
Sorry.
match. Spoiler alert, match of the night. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez.
You never would have guessed this was match of the night, but it was.
And we did know how this was going to go because we found out Rhea Ripley's record, approximately 33-3 in one-on-one matches. That's stupid crazy. Because I know she only loses like tag matches. That's the only reason she's ever in those, just to lose. And it's not even her half the time. Or triple threat matches, same thing. But great match. It was a street fight. They did a lot of chairs, kendo sticks. Everything looked brutal. They did a bunch of cool little table stuff here and there. And they even ended it by having a table on the top rope, and Rhea Ripley and Raquel stood on top of it. Very scarily stood on top of it. And Rhea hit her with the riptide off the top rope. That was very cool. Very cool. Very cool match. Entertaining to the last drop.
Especially how it opened. Rhea gets stuck in the ropes with Raquel, puts her arms in the ropes where she's all hung up, and Raquel is just beating her over and over and over again with the kendo stick. Did she hit her with, or she was slapping her a bunch of times and hitting her in the chest and the stomach, and then got the kendo stick and just was brutal to her. And obviously that had to end at some point with a kickback from a chair that she was.
But that's the good thing. Yeah. It ended at one point. We had Raquel, Rhea. Raquel, Rhea. Like I was telling him, I was like, this is how matches should go, realistically. You don't, unless it's a squash where you have one person just dominate. But this is a match. You have one person good, one person good, one person good, one person good. So then you have to the point where you're not thinking, man, we had, Cody Rhodes pretty much lose the entire time, and then Randy was pretty much dominant besides the few reversals and top rope moves that made his back hurt. But he didn't actually do anything, and then still we have, somebody like Cody, last second, reverse, and then win. Yeah. Like, this is how a match is supposed to go. Well, everyone looks good the whole time.
And the unexpected spot, which you had pointed out, with the steel steps on the edge of the apron, Raquel goes and throws Rhea into them, and it was kind of like you kind of forgot that weapon was a part of the match. It happened a couple minutes prior that Raquel ended up into the steel steps, and then we played it back. And it was just cool to actually see that these spots weren't just, it wasn't just an object laying in the ring. Like, there was actually pretty much a purpose to everything that they did. There was nothing that I can say that I wanted more out of this match. Like, it for a street fight, because my barometer for what a street fight looks like is still Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. And man, Raquel and Rhea blew that one way out of the water. Absolutely loved it. 5 Night of Champions out of 5.
5.
I got 5 on it. Great street fight, perfect match.
Yeah. All right, now let's just end Night of Champions right here, because this is the tank off.
Yeah. We're just gonna speed run this.
Yeah.
Next match is Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. It was a decent match with having Karrion Kross in the match. It was good to actually see him in a match. He looks good. I liked a lot of his actual suplexes and his moves. They look explosive. They look cool. Sami Zayn, I hope you never end up on television again, even though I had to see you twice in one night. Spoiler. I would prefer you just to not wrestle anymore.
He was just like, now think about it. It looked like he was just sandbagging everything. Everything Karrion was trying to do, because, again, Karrion carried the whole match, did a lot of stuff. Sami did a few reversals. But it came to nothing, because Sami sandbagged every move, made Karrion look just bad, because none of the moves looked good on Sami's part.
Yeah. I say decent match. This still gets 2 Night of Champions out of 5. Dumb finish. Absolutely terrible finish. It looked disgusting. It had no real flow to it. And that kind of goes back to even when we were talking about Rhea and Raquel. Like, that was a smooth finish. It actually made sense of a finish. It wasn't this choppy crap that we just kind of put together. Crappy finish. Decent match all around.
Are you going to explain the finish?
I really don't want to.
Okay.
You want to?
Yeah,
for
so
it.
again,
Have at it.
Karrion Kross, his style, this is the first time we've seen him really ever wrestle, but his style is more like, like a striker kind of thing. So he did that. He beat Sami Zayn up a lot. Sami Zayn did get a few little things here and there, mainly reverses. But Karrion carried the whole thing, trying to do power bombs, suplexes that look good with Sami, not wanting to, actually go with the move. But then Sami, out of nowhere, turned it around, did a Blue Thunder Bomb. Karrion beat him up for another few minutes, and then Sami did a Halula kick and then pinned him.
Yeah.
That's really, like, the whole last 5 minutes of the match, that's what happened. Blue Thunder Bomb, Karrion beat him up for a few minutes, then just a reverse finisher, and then Karrion lost. For some reason. Because Sami good.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Jay, Cody, and Sami all seem to not be able to lose at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, or at least not be made to look weak. So,
Yeah. But anyway, that was a crappy finish to a crappy, disappointing match. Next,
cares?
rapid fire. Allegedly. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. This match, again, same thing. Jacob goes out there and shows that, hey, he's new, and yet he doesn't have, a huge record behind him for wrestling, but he's the GOAT. He came in here, he showed every move. If Solo was doing it to him, he sold it. He did the Dolph Ziggler. He did every backflip, every, clothesline from hell, even though it was a light little touch. Like, it looked great. Flip that, Solo couldn't take a bump to save his life. Like, he didn't help, jump to make any of the moves good. Literally, like, anything friggin' Fatu was picking him up, he was like, and, like, barely sold, again, any moves. And that was pretty much that back and forth for a few minutes. Then we had Tonga Toa come out and attack Fatu.
and then who?
Then we had JC Mateo come out and attack. Again, I don't know where the ref was. It wasn't no DQ.
We had JC, then we had Toa Tonga, then we had Toa
Tonga
Taminga,
Toa.
then we had
Yeah.
Tapatio, and then we have too much going on at this point. I Solo won this match, and it infuriates me that we took it off Fatu. Like, why? Why?
Because the ref didn't notice that, Fatu was getting jumped the whole time. And we still didn't have a Big Jim or anybody come save him. Or a Jey Uso. Nobody came and saved him.
Yeah, we had 3 other guys enter into the match, and the ref never. So you're acting like the audience is dumb at this point, and I'm trying to understand who you think is watching this, because at this point, we're not dumb. We understand that there's no way a ref would be distracted for that long. This gets a 0 in my book. I thought maybe a 1 just because I like Fatu, but it gets a 0 because what are we doing here?
Yeah. That's exact. 0. Garbage.
Next. We're going to the next one.
Next! Alright. This was yours. Get it.
Asuka
Ooh!
versus, we're going to call her Jade Cargill, even though it doesn't seem like we're using her last name at this point. This was for the Queen of the Ring finale match.
It started somewhat decent.
It did, but it just went downhill so quickly. It seems to be the same as everything else. We do the greatest of hits for everybody at this point. We're not doing anything inventive. We're not like trying new stuff. Jade attempts a pin at the end and falls over Asuka.
Lifting Asuka up off the floor.
And we didn't check shoulders. I mean, we've been real sticklers. The refs have we've really made sure that shoulders were down, but this is the one moment that we don't do that.
Yeah. When it's on camera that Asuka got flipped over and her whole back was up. The only thing was Jade was, sitting on her arm, but everything else got flipped up.
I call it a botch. That's what I call a botch finish.
Botchmania.
So this gets 2 United Champions out of 5. Absolutely dislike the match. It had some decent spots. Jade looked good in the match, but all around it was disappointing. So that's why it gets a 2. If you don't like it, I don't care. Comment down below why you didn't like it. How about that? There you go.
Yeah.
So then we get a Jade Cargill promo. Pretty much is giving a celebration speech of, people, hold yourself up. You can do it.
Very inspirational.
What is this, the X-Men? I mean, I get that she's Storm, but like we're giving heroic promos here now. Like, Are we therapists? No, you're not. Relax. Go out there, be happy you won, and shut up. Okay? Moving on.
You stupid idiot.
Next.
All right.
Whew, this is where things get, we hit the bottom of the bucket at this point. This was John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Undisputed title. We had another video package, the same one, that we've probably watched at least 10 times over the last 7 days.
Which most
7
SmackDowns, it has played twice. And it's like a 5-minute long package of CM Punk and John Cena.
You're going to have to get into this one because you're the one who did not like these next couple parts. So.
Okay. Well, the match itself, before we do get to the finish, if that's what you want to call it, it started very boring. Another very slow match, and then, just makes us, regret John Cena fighting all these, old people because they're super slow in the ring. And then they proved us wrong. They picked it up. It looked good. We did more than just our top, moments. We actually did some, a little bit more, not everything, but a little bit more, back and forth. And with that back and forth, I also have to honorable note, sharp camera cuts that we couldn't see what's happening. It's like, and you can't see anything happen. That was great. But a little bit after that, of the back and forth, we have Seth Goon Squad come out. They attack Punk. Seth calls a ref in, and it's that one blonde ref that always runs to the ring. Very iconic. And he was hopping. We wondered why. We're like, why is he hopping? He looks a little rough. But right before he gets in the ring, John Cena, spears him, takes him out. They probably rehearsed that too many times. Because, that ref was out. It didn't get cashed in, sadly. I was hoping it would. And then where do we go from there? Well, the Goon Squad start attacking John again. And then, that's right, the rivalry that they've been teasing for the Goon Squad. Penta comes out and starts attacking Braun. Not LA Knight. No, not LA Knight who's been attacking the Goon Squad. It was Penta. And Penta gets his, laid out gently. Nice way of phrase. I was going to say very rough. Then, guess who else came out? You're right, the guy that's been feuding with the Goon Squad. Sami Zayn. What are we doing? So then, Penta and Sami take out Braun for literally the rest of the match. Okay? Then we have Cena take out Bronson. Because it turns out, when Bronson and Braun were attacking John, Bronson was about to do the little splash, and that's when Penta came out and did all that. Turns out this whole time, Braun was just standing there over John Cena, watching everything happen. So the camera goes to him, and he's, oh yeah, I forgot, I gotta go on the top rope. So then he goes on the top rope. Can you guess what happens? Can you guess what happens? Comment if you guessed what happens, because John Cena just literally just takes him out. That's it. He takes him out. CM Punk and John Cena get back in the ring, and then Seth takes out CM Punk. And then John takes out Seth. And then John pins CM Punk. And then right when that happens, the ref does come back in, because I forgot to mention, but the ref did get actual knocked out. It's not that BS, bloodline thing where they're just distracted. They actually got attacked. But again, yeah, that was it. A whole lot of back and forth, a whole lot of what is going on. I was surprised now thinking about it that we didn't get R-Truth come out. Since we had two people that are actively involved in those storylines of LA Knight and R-Truth, and they are the ones that didn't come out. Because even Penta coming out, John was the top guy at that point. They already destroyed CM Punk and put him through announce table. So why is Penta coming out to help John Cena? What are we doing? And then still, Sami Zayn, still same thing. Came out to maybe defend Penta? But they're still both defending John Cena.
Yes.
1 out of 5. I wrote down a 2, but I call this 1 out of 5 because the match, the whole thing, yeah, it did have that good middle where it was an actual match, but then just gets overshadowed with this clutter, disgusting finish of what are we doing?
I don't think shadowed was a very bad word there. I actually think that, I know what you meant, but I think that actually still tracked pretty well. So.
Yeah, because this just describes Saudi Arabia. They just threw threw money. They got all their toys out. Everyone they wanted to see. Disappointing.
Yeah, I think this whole pay-per-view in a whole, I never thought that I'd be as thankful for a street fight women's match ever in my life. I did not have that on my 2025 bingo card.
Hey, man, you got to let Rhea do Ripley.
I mean, honestly, that being match of the night to me is just... Considering what we had in front of us, it's crazy to think that that was all around the best spots, the best action, the best fluidity that actually happened in a match and that made sense throughout the whole thing and didn't actually have an interference that actually costed the match for somebody was all around a massive benefit.
Just thank God it was a street fight.
Yeah.
Thank God it was a street fight.
If it was anything else, it probably would have been really boring like everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank goodness for an actual good street fight. Let me just clarify that right now. A good street fight, not WrestleMania all over again.
Overall, what do you rate Night of Champions?
I'd probably say I'd give it a 3 in whole. Because even though we did have a 5 out of the night, all the other crap just absolutely destroyed. We still had some decent spots along the way in the night. Some good wrestling, but all in all, I give it a solid 3 because it was hard to watch, especially the second half. After the street fight, it was all just downhill. So
I give it a fat 2.
Okay, that's a fair score, though. Hey,
yeah, because I say everything that we had from Cody Rhodes win it, Jade Cargill win it. Like, that was the only shocking thing because we all thought it was going to be Asuka. Asuka. But same thing, like even that, and then John Cena winning, and then that whole disgusting thing, and then even Solo coming out. Like both, this is Night of Champions, and both title matches we had were just cluttered with 80 people coming out. So that's good to sit on and think. So I'm glad I gave it a 2 because I was thinking a 3, but no. That Raquel and Rhea Ripley match, if we could just take that out, that was the only like pay-per-view worthy match. Everything else was just disgusting. Hey, why couldn't we do this on a SmackDown or Raw?
Yeah, or you could have took that and you probably could have made what Evolution might be, and you could have elevated it even more.
Oh yeah, that
you would mention that throughout the night that if you would have took that match and put it over here at Evolution, it probably would have sung as a great pay-per-view altogether. But this was the only shining star out of this whole night. Yeah. Even most of these you probably could have done at Saturday Night Main Event, and it would have made a lot more sense.
None have good. Dude, even Karrion Kross. Why did we have Karrion Kross lose to Sami Zayn? And we didn't even have Sami Zayn, like, turn heel. Unless they're going to do that eventually. But, like, you had this end with Sami still being a good guy. And then later on solidifying that he's a good guy, helping Penta and all them. Like, wasting Karrion Kross. We'll probably never see him again. R.I.P., my dude.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. Let us know in the comment section below what was your favorite part of the match or part of the night. Whatever.
There's only one match you should be talking about.
At this point. Yeah. I mean, that's the only one on my mind. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys for joining us again. We'll see you on Monday at probably about 8 o'clock. It'll be a lot earlier since Monday Night Raw is at 6 o'clock on Monday.
Don't
Weird
forget.
time.
And watch our SmackDown video if you can find it.
Hit them with it.
Remember, guys, who's got your cigs?
Bye!